Good evening and welcome to Melbourne After Dark. I'm your host, Mech 4, and this is a game developed and published by Apogee as a witch flies past the full moon. We see a kid with a baseball cap, because in the 90s every kid with a baseball bat was instantly rad. A zombie getting hit in the head by a rock and blood drips down the screen. Yes, it's Monster Bash, Part 1, starring Johnny Dash. This is a platformer game which I grew up playing when I was younger. It is quite gory from that apparently, but oddly enough it never really got into any problems with it in regards to that. All the focus was on Doom at the time. This came out 2 years before Doom, I believe. At least two years. Anyway, gore, blood, whatever. It all makes a fun game. So let's go into it. Begin game, we've got the general settings here to choose from. I think the intro is what we just saw. We'll have a look at the story, because there is a plot to this game. Story. Johnny Dash, a name of legendary proportions, a name that strikes fear into the heart of monsters everywhere today. But let's take a look at how this legend came to be. Yes, back in the day when you had a character, you were going to plug him as being a mascot of your company as hard as possible. It was a sleepless night, a night like Johnny had never seen in his short 10 years, of which the first 3 or 4 were rather fuzzy. A storm of supernatural proportions had blown into town. When the lightning flashed and showered the sky with illumination, he could swear he saw figures that were not quite human atop the distant hill. Something strange was happening. Johnny's thoughts turned to Tex. His new Dalmatian puppy had been missing for 2 days. He had found what was left of Tex's collar still attached to the chain in his backyard. He hoped Tex was okay out there on a night like this. Unfortunately, it was most likely Tex had ended up getting rabies. The storm suddenly got worse. In a flurry of pajama feet, he leapt from the covers of his bed that had on many occasions been his shelter, but not today. He was a split second away from hitting the covers when he felt something hairy grab his leg and jerk him down with an unnatural force. The next thing he knew, he was under his bed looking at a pair of gleaming green eyes. But strangely, something about the eyes calmed him. What are you? Johnny stuttered under his breath, more to himself than the eyes. My name and what I am is not important, the voice responded. What is important is that you must take action, and take it now if you who live in the day world are to survive another cycle of the moon. Tex did not run away, the eyes stared. He was kidnapped. Who did this? Johnny cried as he forgot about being scared and his rage built inside. If it was that Jungle Jill girl down the street, I'll kick her butt again. Yeah, competition between companies. Jungle Jill is a character called Jill of the Jungle from a game made by Epic Mega Games, I believe, the company which later made Duke Nukem 3D. Listen carefully, the voice calmly spoke. The evil Count Chuck, ruler of the underworld, has been preparing an army to take over the day world, and he has nothing to do with chocolate cereal. He is sending his henchmen into the day world to steal many dogs and cats. His plan is to transform these pets into monsters that will do his bidding. Johnny, Chuck knows that you have the greatest love of all for your pet, so he has hidden Tex in his own lair. The only person with love enough to free your Tex and all the other pets of this world is you, Johnny. Before this storm is over and the portal is closed, you must go to Underworld and stop Chuck. But how do I get there, and how will I fight off these monsters? Asked Johnny. The large green eyes looked towards your closet door. Then an old wooden slingshot and a small rock appeared before you. Take these, commanded the voice. Place this rock in your pajama pocket, and your pocket will never go empty. But, stammered Johnny. Enough talk, the voice growled. You will find a furry friend, Mr. Lloyd, along the way, who comes and goes at will through the underworld and the day world. Go now and make haste. The storm is already fading. Then the eyes blinked themselves out of existence. Johnny, mad as heck about Tex and the other pets, launched himself through the closet door and into an adventure he'll never forget. Oh boy, what an introduction. I can't wait to begin. We have 3 parts here. We'll just pick the first part, because this is the first episode, and we'll pick medium. Because I'm going to have some problem figuring out the controls for this game. Pardon me. Sorry, that talking a lot gets to my throat. To exit the level, free all the dogs and cats. Thank you very much, Hin. And that's Mr. Lloyd going past the bot there. Yes, he's a rat. At least as far as I understand. Anyway, here is Monster Bash. Okay, Alt is shoot. Control is jump. Hold down control to jump further. Spacebar brings up the status window. Medium, scored, 0 Johnnies, 3 pet hunts saved, 9 time elapsed, 16 bar time, 4:30. Nearest pet is to the northwest. Exit to escape. Okay. Now, here's the game proper. The graphics are pretty damn good for the time. It's got flashes on the screen for the lightning. The music's pretty cool. And the animation is pretty good too. So, we're gonna free all these pets. I know this first level like the back of my hand, pretty much. Ugh. Do not feed the zombies. Ooh, it's spooky scary. Those trees have eyes. We have to watch out for the spiky bits, the skulls, with eyeballs popping all over the place. We have to collect all these things. I'm not sure what they are. Ah, it's a zombie! Splat! Splat! There's nothing like wholesome exploding of zombies to make a game instantly appealing to kids.
Awesome.
Oh. We have different power-ups for our slingshot. But there's a tri-shot which we've got to... Damn it! At the moment. Ugh. Well, I'm stuck. I'm probably gonna have to... You can get past all this without getting hurt. Thankfully, they put a little bit there to get out of that pit. Yes, those are the infamous falling blocks, like in Mario and all that. Don't step on them too much, otherwise you'll fall through them. Ugh. Johnny has odd movement. He runs and slides a bit. We have a limited amount of these special shots, so you have to use them carefully. Here's a checkpoint. Pirate flag. They always reminded me of, like... You can see what I mean by Johnny sliding all over the place. We have infinite of these normal slingshots, but I think only 3 can be on the screen at once. Yep. Okay. Anyway, there's a cat here. Let's free the cat first. Oop. And shoot the zombie. There we go. Now, I rather enjoy the shooting mechanic in this game because it's got, you can see here, it's got rebound. So if you're careful, you can actually get your shots to go down different areas too. If we are careful, there we go. I think that should clear them all out. Maybe. There's more down there. Anyway. Actually, I seem to remember you could do it like this as well. There we go. Anyway, that'll be enough. Woo! There's some other things in there. I'm pretty sure you can get rid of them.
Excellent.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. There's some health down here. Let's break these chests, because chests have points in them. You don't need to open them. Hidden passages. The only way out. You can see there is a slight change in the texture of the level. There's like a column about here, which you can see. And we're back up the top. Let's continue on our way. And we continue over to the right. What else is there to say about this game? There's a nice variety within the game for the different levels.
Cool.
You can't kill that monster. It's just a hand which throws knives. The monsters of it are pretty nicely varied. While I do generally like the shareware style of distributing games, back in the day it certainly made up a large amount of the library of games I had to play. This game does kind of suffer from... how would I put it?
Cool.
What I would consider... Well, the first episode of the game is designed to get you to buy the rest of the series, right? So, in my opinion, the other 2 episodes of this game kind of lack in regards to the imaginative content which went into it, like in this one. It's not really something I can explain fully until I actually get further into the game and you get to see the variety in the later levels of the first episode, but rest assured that some of the later levels in this game have a lot of variety in them. The first episode, that is, but from what I've seen of a playthrough of the second and third episodes, they're not as interesting as the first episode. The levels tend to be lacking in, for want of pardon me. The other episodes tend to be lacking in terms of interesting mechanics and stuff. I do think it's certainly the first episode where the game thrives. Not to mention the final boss was a bit of a letdown. I've never finished this game completely, all 3 episodes. I only had the first episode when I was younger, so that's the one which I've only played through, and as I said, I didn't find the other episodes interesting enough to warrant either getting them or playing through them.
Awesome.
Anyway, it's a nice platformer for what it is. Oh. Never sure what these things are that I'm collecting. It looks like a bottle or something? Like a perfume bottle or something, maybe? I think I always thought that they're like seltzer bottles, but that doesn't make sense. So unless they're like holy water bottles, all the pets are... That pop-up just said all the pets are free. Whoa! You can keep hitting the skulls and you get more points as they fall.
Excellent.
There we go. 50,000 skull bonus. You get that when you hit all the skulls in the level. Pick up that swizzle stick, I think it's called. No. I forget what they're called. They're like, you know, fizzy lifesavers. And we continue on over here. Oh. It's got the platforming tradition of, well, from Commander Keen, being able to jump up ladders. I'm not sure how much of this game I'll actually play through. There's other platformers which were created by Sierra, and if I do videos on them, you'll be able to see the repetition in them. In particular, this game is rather similar to another one called Cosmos Cosmic Adventure. The basic mechanics are different, but the similarity in them is quite apparent, if only just by the graphics themselves. I mean, I suppose you have one engine, you're going to use it for several things. Apogee did kind of create a lot of games, sort of whatever stuck, I think. Anyway, and we go out the door and into the next level. The music in this is quite catchy. Anyway, I'd recommend listening to it all on YouTube, or at least some of it on YouTube. It is worth, I think, a listen to. It's quite impressive too for the time. I mean, I make that sound like we're listening to 2 rocks banging together. It wasn't so. Oh, boomerang bones. It wasn't so much of Dire Straits, but when you had a PC speaker to listen to for quite a few years, anything else other than that sounded a lot better. Damn it. Oh. Rockets! Oh, well, there we go. Just missed that. We can walk in here. These eyes are snakes. Now you'll notice the difference here. These eyes here are a little bit redder and blinking. These eyes are dark red and they're not blinking. Only the bright and blinking ones are actually threat snakes. You'll notice here also, when there's no enemies on the screen, we don't waste our rockets. It's a nice little feature of this power-up. It stops you from wasting it.
Awesome.
It's got a weird accent. Awesome. Anyway. Oh, damn it. Some owls up there. Go in here. These rocks always looked like they were big butts.
Cool.
I think that overrides, yep. That overrides your power up. So if you've got one power up and you don't want to get another one, you don't want to replace it with something else. Restrain from picking up the power up blocks. Ugh. This game's not particularly hard in my mind. You just sort of have to take things slowly. I mean, there's no time limit, so some of the things can get hectic later on, but as I said, it's sort of just remembering where things are. Damn it! Take things slowly, he says, and he runs into things. Oh well. I make these mistakes, so you won't have to. There's another power-up up there! It's a big boulder. I don't remember whether there's a way to actually look up in this game. Ah yes, page up and page down. I was a bit hesitant to press them. You can pan the camera up and down to look up above you and below you. Useful in games like this, where you have to make jumps, which may go off into invisible areas. There we go. Yeah, if you make grunting noises, you jump further. It's well known in all platforming games. Big giant boulders! You also notice the limitations of games like this, in that they can only have one sound effect going off at once. So if you have a boulder blast, you can't hear anything else. Oop. That was masterfully dodged. Nearly. Oop. We can't jump up there, we have to jump from here. Okay, back out. I don't think we can get up on top of that. Ugh. How many lives have I got? 2.
Awesome.
Thankfully those hearts refilled your health completely. The difference in difficulty, I'm pretty sure, is nothing like extra enemies or anything like that. Rather, you just have less health to work with. On easy, you have 9 hit points. On medium, you can see that I have 6 hit points, and on hard, you have 3 hit points. So, that's the only difference. I'm pretty sure there is a way to get up there. It might be further along. Now, this is a tricky end for the level. I mean, if anyone who is watching this video has seen any of the JonTron videos, you'll remember you may remember watching him doing a video on this game. The exit to this level is a bit odd. Whatever. Can I quit? No, I can quit now. Okay. The exit to this level is odd. Remember what I said about the first episode of this series having quite a few interesting ideas and mechanics? Well, the exit to this level is actually through this log. Yeah, I don't think that's actually used anywhere else in the game. They put all the interesting ideas into the first episode. And we crawl out of the log. I might do maybe one more level. I'm not sure. Whoop. I mean, it depends. I am already kind of getting bored. I don't want to finish this game completely. But some of the later levels are quite fun. I have particularly fond memories of a level which takes place in a haunted mansion, and it involves a lot of bouncing around on large sofas. I remember that level being a lot of fun. It's only because of the bouncing sofas. No, the bouncing on sofas. Also had some irritating enemies with invisible men who throw their bowler hats at you. Ugh. Damn vultures. Ah, yeah, but that will be enough. High score. Oh well, and we can see we got several top scores. So there we go. That was Monster Bash Part 1. I thank you very much for watching this little trip into another game from my childhood, and I will see you later. Goodbye.